Has your life been seeming difficult, hard? Has the path felt arduous, as if more discipline is being required? Has your emotional frustrations been seeming like they want to overcome and consume you? And what is that leading you towards? This is the Jupiter in Gemini square Saturn in Pisces transit happening at its direct conjunction on August 19th, 2024, at the same time of the full moon in Aquarius, at the same time of Venus in Virgo, also in opposition to Saturn in Pisces. So this is something critical. Today we're going to focus on specifically Jupiter square Saturn. These are two big body planets. We're going to help break down the relationship of Jupiter, or Brihaspati, and Saturn, or Shani. And what does Shani, aka Saturn, and Brihaspati want from each other in this particular tension-based relationship? Hit the thumbs up and like button early. This is your AstroShaman inspiring brilliance with occult practices and spiritual accountability. We're doing that in our membership. We're meeting up this Sunday coming up, every first and third Sunday. Come join us. We're doing some dream work, which is huge while Saturn is in Pisces. Okay, to bring structure to that 2D, that second density of your emotional space, aka where dreams take place. And then we're moving into numerology. So hit the thumbs up and the likes button. Jupiter square Saturn. Okay. First off, these are two long-term planning planets, number one. Number two, these are planets that us as people living in this particular realm and density and dimension are in social contracts, which are being activated through a fluctuation in our wisdom and beliefs and how we receive and deliver and disseminate that wisdom, as well as in our discipline or lack of it, and how it is keeping us away from our dharma, our purpose in life, as well as moksha, the ability to liberate our soul. And this is specifically for Jupiter square Saturn. Check out the other videos I have. What we need to understand about Jupiter in Gemini is Mars is also conjunct. Mars and Gemini is conjunct. So this aggression, this assertion, this active energy, okay, this arrogant nature that wants us to take action on these wisdoms before we actually have gained the wisdom, thinking, oh, I know what's going on. Oh, I know what to do. Oh, I know how to move. And it's like, But are you occluding this Saturn in Pisces, asking us to isolate, to slow down, to embrace what it feels like to be exonerated from society, to seclude ourselves from the demands of projections in society, to recognize our irrational fears and how our dreams are helping us to kill off the enemy within the mind, keeping us from divinity, which also is reached, aka heaven, from the mind. Hit the thumbs up and the likes button. So here's some key points that I have for you, all right? Your beliefs in this process of Jupiter square Saturn or Saturn square Jupiter are in the process of being destroyed, and they're being destroyed via tension. You're starting to recognize and come back to, early childhood understandings of, what's happening with my social values and how I have learned to basically be raised by immature parents. And not that your parents were immature at every level, but what parts of them were childish and what parts of them didn't get to express their own curiosities, didn't get to explore what it meant to play with mental, excursions and projections and astral travels, or even just games in the house and they were forced to grow up too soon. And how did that affect you with your parents being immature raising you, thinking that I needed to be too strong and go and do this all on my own? No, I don't need help. No, I don't need my twin, Gemini. My twin, Pisces. You have the two fish representing the ethereal and the earthly, and you have the twins of Gemini representing the dichotomies of our thoughts. The ability to think what you think and say what you think, no matter if it is the shadow and the light, something that is disruptive and acceptable, something that's light-humored and, quite frankly, terrifyingly destructive, but also true. So these are one of the squares that we're going to have, these internal dichotomies that are going to come up, and how we respond in our relationships with our clients and one-on-one interactions, and how those projections may irritate, frustrate, or trigger us, as well as within our partnership and relationships and our loving scenarios, thinking, I need to go off and I need to do this all by myself. And there's a saying in Spanish where if I translate it, it goes, pain divided by 2 equates to less. So it's literally saying, can you share your irrational fears and let your partner during this tension, okay, or your client, and realize, even if I am the teacher, can I allow my client to help me through these internal dichotomies, and realize that just because I'm the teacher does not mean that the student has nothing to offer, because that by default makes you very far away from a master, very far away from a guru, very far away from somebody who should be respected as the teacher, as the professor. And you have to translate that as well into your romantic relationships and understand that you are not above or below your partner. But you're going to start to have Saturn and Pisces bring very karmic memories from past lives, transgressions from alternate versions of yourself, in the multiverse of the spirit and its ability to travel through timelines. You will have traumas re-invite themselves into your life, into your space, and show you difficulties through people where your soul group you have reincarnated with constantly over and over and over, who may be your friend today but was your brother in a past life, who may be your daughter today but was your mother in a past life. You're going to realize that these people who have oppressed you in this life represented some links to your soul group you were reincarnated with, where in another life they actually killed you, they murdered you, and they have continuously abused you in various forms. One as an enemy who you've never met other than the time they murdered you. And then another side where they are somebody you are dating and relating and they have sexually harassed you. Or they have brought you through a mental turmoil and a psychological disruption through mental and verbal and psychological abuse. But this soul group continues to walk with you, and you're going to realize that this tension point, this emotional and spiritual frustration you're dealing with is, I want to move beyond this soul group. I want to move beyond this karma. I'm ready to slice and cut that version, that person away, because now I'm ready for my lover. I'm ready for my divine partner. I'm ready for my soul tribe. And this is Mars and Gemini representing and ruled by the 11th house and the 6th house, allowing us to improve our tribe, our groups, our associations, our network, to become more uniquely involved and intertwined with our soul, connecting us to the more light-filled version, and not only the traumatic experiences that these people have created as a dichotomy, a split of personality, schizophrenia in the mind. So understand that when you have these thoughts and you meet these people, it's not something that you should run away from. It's something that Mars in Gemini wants you, with Jupiter in Gemini, to go ahead and progress, because Jupiter in Gemini represents the 7th and the 10th house, and it wants you, those are cardinal directional houses, cardinal houses. It wants you to break away what's stuck, what's tough, these old beliefs, these old karmic memories of Saturn and Pisces. And I want you to progress them and create more harmonious relationships, create relationships that actually support you and help you mature through your karma. Now, what else is also happening is, if you decide not to deal with these things, you might find yourself overspending on certain luxuries. And be careful, because this is just you trying to mask your revelation as well as desensitize yourself. So don't overspend on luxury, and don't overindulge on your addictions. So understand what your addictions are, and understand that if you get a sty in your eye, whether you're left or you're right, if you get a sty in your left eye, this is representing Pisces, not seeing the Piscean truth. And this is representing Taurus in the right eye, not seeing the earthly realm truths behind your hedonisms and behind your personal pleasures, whether sex, marijuana, cocaine, or above and beyond. And so these are things that your eyes, any disruptions, any dryness in your eyes, any bumps, any styes, any pink eyes, they're going to show you that you're ignoring this on this Jupiter square Saturn transit. And so these challenges with Saturn and Pisces want you to mature with your irrational fears, with your long-term goals, to go ahead and collect all the information and data and be very aggressive with, I'm not just collecting this data on what I need to do and organize, but I'm starting to act on it and I'm preparing the road to act on it. So you want to be very, very intentional on what you decide to work hard on, and very intentional on your connections with your clients, your lovers, and your long-term goal, how you connect with that long-term goal. And ultimately, at the end of the day, like the people you're connecting with, the network, the associations, the sponsors, they should be feeling very calm, safe, and grounded to your and kind to your nervous system. 1111 on screen. They should be kind. There should be a new manifestation on this Jupiter square. This tension should bring kindness. Okay. Be very careful of overspending in the house right now, in the home, or on the family, or on the children. Okay. And understand that you're really looking to, instead of spending externally, supply your internal affection and primal instincts. What are your primal instincts? What are the roots, the new roots of what it means to take care of yourself and blossom like a flower? It's a tremendous amount of sexual energy that is being output and desired to use towards moksha, aka liberating your soul from repeating those karmic relationships that I spoke prior. And at the end of the day, understand this is also happening with something called Purva Bhadrapada, and this is Saturn and Pisces, and it's representing fire. So Pisces is a water sign, but this is a fiery transit. This is a transit that is full of assertion, full of aggression, and it will cut you ruthlessly. So this is my interpretation on Jupiter square Saturn. And if you are looking for a individual reading, you want to get your own chart read like this, I'm saying it's a transit. If you have this aspect in your chart, I can help you break down these complexities, all right, with gurus, with father figures, with discipline, your lack of it, or the desire for it, the desire for success in these karmic timelines with people that keep reincarnating, whether for the upliftment of your soul or the torment and the the nuisance that they put on you, that you allow to play victim continuously, lifetime after lifetime. And so your relationship should be showing you, are you progressing or not? Hit the thumbs up and the likes button. All right. Check out my other videos. I have a Mars and Gemini video to help you understand this very clearly, because Mars is conjunct Jupiter. Okay. Mars and Gemini, Jupiter and Gemini. And also stay tuned and look out for my Venus and Virgo video in opposition to Saturn and Pisces, because that's going to also be coming out. And then also understand this is all happening on the same day as the full moon in Aquarius. So do check your full moon in Aquarius, and you'll get 12 zodiac signs and all of what they're doing for each sign, depending on how many signs or what signs you have in your sun, moon, rising, or stelliums in your chart. These things will be very useful for you. Again, check out a one-on-one reading with me. If you want to work long-term in a shamanic mentorship, do check out the shamanic mentorship. It's going to be 6 weeks to start at a bare minimum. You can only do 6 weeks up front, and then it'll lean towards 12 weeks. If you do graduate that 6 weeks, you'll be able to enter into the full 12-week program. All right, that's going to be either 6 classes or 12 classes, and you're going to work on one-on-one in shamanism, dark arts, life arts, okay, dragons, angels, getting ready to communicate, doing distant Reiki healing, angelic transmissions, being able to communicate with alternative realms, versions of yourselves, and etc. And so this is really communicating between the societies and the realms of spirit. Some Doctor Strange type joint. All right. Thank you for hitting the thumbs up and likes button. We'll see you soon. These are options for you on this Jupiter square transit. If you really made it to the end of this, I want you to honestly drop down the snake in the chat below, letting us know that you are going through a shedding process of old beliefs, and you are not going to run away from this. You're going to progress your karma. Let us know that you're stepping into this high Kundalini vibrational energy as you move it up the spine and out to the crown. I love you. I see you soon.